Welcome back. We have one more performance for you tonight, but before we get back to the stage, it's time for the red pill. Tonight I want to talk about keeping it real. Throughout life, we are pressured to do this at all costs. Of course, the intention is sound and just, but many people tend to take it too literal. Well, I'm here to say, f keeping it real. Evolve. Progress is what we should all strive for. It's the reason society exists today the way it does. Sure, not everything is perfect, but if you had the choice between living today versus centuries ago without technology like electricity, on-demand food, or even plumbing, not to mention being born into a class system ruled by kings with unjust laws and slave labor at the bottom, not many of us would. Evolution is embedded in our DNA. You shouldn't be doing the same thing you were doing as a teenager when you're 30. Life is ever-changing as we grow. I mean, look at me. A decade ago, I made my first splash into the mainstream producing a beef record from an artist that featured a decapitated 50 Cent on the cover. You won't see me doing that today, but at the time, it was fine for me and helped me get to where I am today. Since then, I've developed into the guy who broke everybody from Justin Bieber to Kendrick Lamar, publicly went on air and called out commercial radio because it sucked, and amassed over 1 billion views to date, while also working with some of the biggest names and brands in the corporate world. This is all possible because I evolved as a person. Now, in 20 years, I'll probably be looking back at this television show and saying the same thing, as I hope I continue to grow into new places. Not everyone realizes this, though. Nearly everyone, especially those with success, will be faced with the pressure to keep it real sometime in their life when it isn't all good. I call it when keeping it real goes wrong. For example, look at a star athlete like Aaron Hernandez who went back to his gang roots and is now serving life in jail. There are many other examples of those that can never move on from the negative reality that surrounded them growing up. Here, keeping it real is a very bad thing. Now, I'm not saying to turn your back on the past. Sometimes people completely forget their roots and make believe it didn't exist, which also isn't right. Our early life experiences and those who helped us, at least in a positive path, should never be forgotten and always respected. I am who I am because of what I went through in the past. On the same token, there are those who weren't positive or beneficial for me who I've since moved on from. If I didn't, I most certainly wouldn't be here today. Learn from mistakes and successes to become who you want to be today, which will change again in the future tomorrow. Whether right or wrong, these are what made you who you are, but they don't have to dictate your future. The main point I'm trying to convey tonight is to stop the need to feel like you have to fit in your past in order to belong to the present. Never deny it. Learn and embrace it, for it made you who you are today. Take knowledge from both the positive and negative that you've been through to become who you should be. Don't let others bully you into feeling like you left them out. You're supposed to advance. By all means, help out others who helped you whenever you can and however you can, but don't feel obligated to stay the same. We all should want to be better and to continue to grow. In reality, the realest way to keep it real is to evolve.